Hello there, we are with Sam Gregory, Director of Witness. He also teaches us human rights on participatory media at the Harvard Kennedy School. Sam Gregory, thank you for being here.
Thank you, I'm delighted to be here.
How are you finding Ciudad de las Ideas so far?
It's been incredible for two reasons. One, it was an amazing debate this morning that was fascinating on a topic that I wish we talked about more in the US, where I'm based. And there's also the company of the other gifted citizens who are doing amazing work. So it's been a great experience so far.
You support millions of people to upload their videos, and you're working also very hard on the human rights. Can you tell us more about what you're doing right now with that?
So at Witness, we believe in the power of the cell phone and the camera in the hands of millions and eventually billions of citizens as a tool for accountability. And what I mean by that is people are able to hold their state, their communities to account for violations of everything from the right to a home when they're evicted, to police violence in places like the US and Brazil, to the horrible war crimes that are taking place in somewhere like Syria. And we believe it's possible to support millions of people to do that safely, ethically, and to create change by doing that. So all of our work focuses on the power of the act of the citizen bearing witness. And then I've come here with this project that we've been incubating, Mobilize Us, that aims to take that to the next level, which is to say, there are a few frontline witnesses who film, they're right there when there's an incident of police violence, or they are the community affected by a forced eviction. But what about the millions of people who care about those issues but aren't there on the front lines? And we think there is a possibility now of building much stronger networks of what we call distant witnesses. And the way we're looking at doing that is thinking, how do you use live video to bring in all those people who care about an issue to the direct experience of something, and then use the power of other technologies to connect people to actions they can take that will really make a difference.
So after a person, a witness, upload their video, what's next? I mean, you have a strategic alliance with another organization from human rights, or what happened next?
So in the baseline work of Witness, the organization, we don't ask people to upload all their videos to one place. We've realized that doesn't work, because what matters when you film a video, like I'm on the street and I saw something, or I craft a story about what's wrong in my community, is being thoughtful and saying, who do I need to get this in front of? Who do I need to work with to create change? Is it a lawyer? Is it my own community? Is it pushing to have it argued in front of my state senate? So we really try and help people think about how to do that right, and also try and make sure that the tools they use actually make that happen. So not only do we build tools for grassroots activists that help them do everything from blur their face to create media that's verifiable, we also engage with companies like YouTube to say, if you build this tool in, it will be accessible to billions because your customer base is billions. And that's a very powerful way to get these tools into the hands of people. So we try and think about both how you train people to be strategic, but also how do you make sure the tools really work when they're in people's hands.
You launched the Webby and Shorty, and you were nominated. It's a human rights channel on YouTube. How does that work?
So this was a project we launched with YouTube and with other allies, which said, how do we demonstrate the power in this eyewitness video? There's so much video floating around. There's 1 million videos from Syria showing war crimes. That's both wonderful and terrible. Wonderful because people are showing the truth, terrible because people aren't paying attention. So we launched this human rights channel to say, how do we find and contextualize and present human rights video in a way that moves people to action? And a project has recently evolved. It won these nominations for Webbies to become something called the Witness Media Lab, which is trying to say, how do we help as many people as possible know how to take that eyewitness video that someone shot, not knowing what to do with it, because sometimes you just see something and you know it's wrong, and turn that into something powerful. And we just finished a project there that was about police violence in the US. How do we turn these bystander videos that people have shot of police violence, how do we help people do that in a way that's more effective, leads to justice? Because that's always the end goal. How do you turn the agency, the power of citizens standing up for their rights into change?
Continue with that. Every minute there is 72 hours of video on YouTube. What would be the message like for people, instead of like uploading video that it doesn't work? I mean, what would be the message like to change that 72 hours?
Yeah. I think the incredible statistic is now either 150 or 300 hours a minute on YouTube, so it's getting bigger and bigger. I think the first thing is to know that maybe YouTube isn't, you don't assume that YouTube is the only place you can upload it to. You know, if you filmed something at great risk that also creates risk for the people you filmed, maybe you should send it privately to lawyers or investigators and don't publish it. But if you put it on YouTube, think very strategically, when am I putting it up there? As an example, we had a case in the US where someone saw an act of police violence and they didn't upload it straight away, and then the police officer gave a completely different story and then they uploaded it, so they were strategic. So we often say to people, really think about it, don't assume just because you put it up there that people will see it, because the truth is when there are 72, 150 hours, there's a good chance people won't see it, and you may have taken great risk. You may put someone else at great risk to have filmed that. So it's not that it might not be the right choice, but don't assume it's always the right choice.
And the last question will be, what's the point of the future?
The point of the future is to enable all of us to participate in creating a more fair and just world, where anyone can stand up for their rights, and together we can create a world where everyone has equal opportunity and is protected. And I believe there's something very powerful in the act of witnessing, our ability to see something and say something that can help build that world.
Thank you very much, Sam.
Thank you.